Hello everyone, my name is Dark and welcome back to another SH Figuarts review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at probably the most controversial Vegeta that was released this year. Now, before we actually get into the video, I'm going to start asking this because this is, again, a brand new setup and I want to get your guys' input. Do you guys like the lighting of this current video? If not, let me know down in the comments. If you do, please also let me know because I think this is like the perfect balance for the lighting, especially since I have already recorded a couple of other videos in this, in another type of settings. But without further ado, let's take this guy out and see how he looks. Alright, I'm gonna be 100% honest. This might actually be the worst Vegeta that we could have gotten as of recent. Especially with him releasing this year in terms of like releases and everything like that. But I am hopeful that this is probably the last time that they use this 2.0 body for Vegeta. So I'm gonna point out the issues with this Vegeta, which there are many, to say the least. So this is how he looks. Well, first of all, he can't really stand well because he's using the worst pegs imaginable for the feet. So this is the second Namek Vegeta that we have. This is the first one that released last year. This is one of the better ones, but still could have been much better in terms of the ab crunch. So I'm going to be kind of basing it off a lot with this figure. And granted, this figure they're pretty much the exact same figure. So they're going to probably have the same scores, really. Although this one might be lower. But while we have both of these guys here, it is good to note that they're not the exact same, like in terms of everything. They very much could have used the exact same hair sculpt from this 24,000 power level Vegeta and used it here. But they do have some very nice differences, which honestly, I commend Tamashii for doing so, because a lot of times the characters do have various looks when it comes to the manga and the anime, so Toriyama was definitely changing up the designs as he went through, especially with Vegeta, because he was getting taller as the anime and the run of the actual manga went through. Now, this is how he looks with his shoulders pushed in all the way, which, honestly, not bad. But if you want the full-on arms going all the way out and down as well, if you want the shoulders to be at a certain level, then he's going to have very broad shoulders. That's probably the biggest issue with this Vegeta, is the shoulders. I think they could have definitely cut a little more of the Saiyan armor and then push those bad boys in, especially with this being a premium Bandai unit, but at the same time, premium Bandai at this point it's no longer premium, really. So yeah, realistically, he doesn't look bad. He does have a nice amount of cake, especially looking at it from the side. Jesus Christ. So this guy also looks very nice. He looks fantastic. Don't get me wrong. It's just that he is not that good. So the faces do look fantastic, at least with this face. Come on, focus. Thank you. He looks really good. And the hair looks good as well. I really do like the finish that they have for this figure. But now into the articulation. This guy does not have great articulation whatsoever. I'm actually going to start out from the bottom this time around because we have the usual ball pegs for the feet, which don't work whatsoever, and they have fixed with the Diamond Vegeta, which is really good. So we're hopefully finally retiring this look or this 2.0 body for Vegeta. So you can pivot your foot backwards this far, forwards if you want to pop it out, but if you don't, it's going to be that much, which is almost non-existent. Toe hinge, that doesn't work. That is the worst toe hinge I've ever seen. That barely does anything. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knee, which again, these work fine. Kicking forward, okay, not the greatest. Kicking backwards, pretty good. And splits, better than 45 degrees, which is passable. For the waist, we do have a swivel, no pivoting a little bit to the sides as well, no ab crunch whatsoever. Otherwise, you're just going to pop the figure out. Because this time around, so this is what I don't get. Like, there's a little bit of give, but this is as far forward as he goes and far backwards. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Far forward, backwards. Almost nothing. He does swivel. You can move him. It's just I think this peg should have been, or this socket should have been slightly under, and this peg should have been much larger. Get rid of the hinge. It's not necessary. Just make it 2 double ball pegs, and then you should be good. Just to have a little bit more range. Make the peg the same width, and then just make it longer, and it would be slightly better. Slightly. I'm not saying that it's going to be perfect. It's going to be slightly better. For the arms, he can T-pose, of course, slightly better than a T-pose. Rotate 360 degrees. He has like no butterfly joints. Every single time I try to pop out the butterfly joint, I just end up popping off the arm, which is not a good thing. So, yeah. Pretty bad. Now, oh my god. There you go. For the bicep swivel, he does work. Double jointed elbow, which works okay. And a hinge wrist that goes back and forth, of course. And then, last but not least, the head. He can look down about that far, almost nothing. And then upwards, almost nothing. And he does have the neck joint right there. So, yeah. This figure just sucks in articulation, realistically. The only thing that he's got going on is the looks. But even then, they could have done a lot better with the looks. He needed to be slightly, like, more compressed to the sides, of course. Because again, if you want his arms to sit straight, then you're going to want to push out the shoulders, which again, just makes it worse. In my opinion, at least. So yeah, there's that. Now, let's move on to the accessories because that's kind of what he has going on for him. So let's look at those real quick. Alright, so here are all of the accessories. And they're fine. They're your standard Vegeta accessories. He comes with 3 sets of hands, 4 different faceplates, which we'll take a look in a minute, the crossed arms, and a little bit of plating for the armor, which is probably going to be my go-to look for the most part. At least if I have a Frieza, which I should be getting one later this year. So when it comes to the faceplates, we do have a nice shouting expression, which looks fantastic. Again, the faces are probably the best thing of this figure. A sort of like angry, shocked expression, probably with Frieza transforming into his final form. A sleeping expression when he's sleeping next to Goku in the tank chamber. And the Vegeta shitting himself, crying against Frieza because he's no Super Saiyan, of course. Again, very good face sculpt right here. We do have the Ki Blast shooting hands, the Gallic gun / grasping hands, and the Big Bang attack hands as well. Even though he doesn't do the Big Bang, but he does do a lot of like this motion in the anime and the manga sometimes. The crossed arms. Now, I'm not necessarily sure if this was supposed to happen, but I can remove the piece right here. I'm pretty sure this is how they've been doing it for a while now, so it would make the most sense that it is possible to do it. Although they didn't do it with the Daima Vegeta, which is weird, but it's fine. We do have the cracked armor, as you can see, which this one goes at the top right here. So this is for the chest. This is for the back plate right over here. This is the back plate for this. And then the front plate. Oh, wait, no. I'm stupid. This is the back plate, and then the other one is the front plate. So you'll see a lot of those pictures on the towards the end, or right in the final thoughts, which is right now, leading into my final thoughts. I think this figure is okay at best. It's like subpar, but it's like probably the worst Vegeta that we have gotten in recent times. Because he just doesn't have any movement whatsoever with his like with his upper chest. There's like almost nothing, which is definitely unfortunate. Again, especially being a premium Bandai and exclusive and all that sort of thing, it's always going to be a bummer. And now that we have the Diamond Vegeta, you really don't need this guy unless you're trying to be a completionist like me and wants a Vegeta for his collection in terms of the Namek Saga. So as a final score, I'm going to have to give this Vegeta a 6 out of 10. It kind of is just as bad as the Krillin, and for many reasons as well, because he doesn't come with enough accessories to justify his being. Although, as of the time of recording this video, there was a sale on Nin Game where this guy was like, what, $30 or something like that? Wait, I can look it up real quick. I can look it up. Give me a second. Give me a second while I'm doing this. I'm going to look at a picture. See if, because I saw it in the morning. I saw it in the morning. There you go. Oh wait, no, he's not $30. I'm sorry, I was completely wrong there. He's $53, which at that price point, honestly, not bad. His usual price point, I think his price was $70. I think I'm not necessarily remembering correct, but at $53, it's fudgeable. So yeah, I think a 6 out of 10 is more than enough for this guy, or it's a pretty good score for this guy. Again, not really the greatest Vegeta ever, but it's somewhat okay. But that's pretty much all the time I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this figure. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Again, let me know about the lighting of this video if you also liked it. But besides that, like, subscribe, all that sort of jazz. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.